Okay, let's see now. While I'm out here in the sunlight, I can hardly see the screen. I want to try twisting my hands a little bit so you can see those bumps underneath the skin. The stuff is emptying out, but there's some of it that hasn't. So now, whereas my fingers were uniformly puffed up, now a lot of that stuff is emptied out. And it's emptied out between that collar that's built up around the dead cuticle skin at the back of the nail, and the knuckle is become so deflated that you can see the bumps. Before it was all swollen up, but you see that? You see that on that finger? That's all dead cell material under the skin. That's the stuff I think that makes the fingernail. It's traveling down, but before it was all puffy and you couldn't see it because it was puffed up so much that you couldn't see the collar you couldn't differentiate the dead cuticle skin around the fingernail from the rest of the swelling. But you can see it there. You can see that under the skin now. You see that it's not right. That stuff's all going to go away. If I get my fingernails, if these old nails on top, you see they're eroding. That's the top nail. And what's going to happen is you're going to be able to see when these top nails are fooling you. You think they're real nails. They're not. Okay? And that stuff you see there, that little water blister on top of my finger, that's where the skin's been stretched out by this dead cell material. And it used to be that the whole finger was like that. And so you couldn't see the collar like that. You didn't see this collar in relief. You see it in relief now. You see that? Between the knuckle. Between the knuckle and the cuticle here. You can see that collar now, because this stuff is deflated. But I still have that white stuff underneath the skin. That's dead cell material, guys, I think. You see the little white bumps and lumps and stuff? That stuff all moves around now, except not here right on this finger. This finger, it's hard. And I think the deal is that the stuff was jammed up, bottled up in my fingers so long that some of it may have actually congealed. You know, it's not loose, and it won't just move out the way you think it would when the nails get unjammed. And I have actually, along with my kit, along with my X-Acto knife and my forceps, I went and dug out of my toolkit. It took me forever to find it. A wallpaper seam roller, and I'm going to start rolling this stuff and try to break it up and get it to move, because that's a hard lump under there. Anyway, you can see the shadow. I'm trying to stand with the sun where you can see behind it. But you see that bump? I don't know. I can't see well in the screen because the screen's in the sun. But you see that? That's all going to go away. That's all stuff that's built up under the skin. And there's more back here. You know, it started to empty out from the front. You don't know what's going on. You can't see it. Now that my fingers are starting to deflate, you can see you can see the difference between the collar. That's all, that red ring around my fingers, around my fingernails, that's all dead cuticle skin. And now, when this nail erodes away, look at that. Then you will finally be able to see. You won't be looking. You're always fooled by what's on the surface. You don't see what's there. But in a minute, you're going to be able to look at what's under that nail. That nail is going to be gone. And it's going to be that much lower. See, all of that's going to be gone. That bumpy stuff. It's all going to go away. And what's going to be revealed there when that thing goes away is that what's left, that crust of junk that's sitting on top of the nail bed, it's not going to have any pretense of a cover nail over it. And you're going to be able to see in sharp relief the dead cuticle skin that goes all the way around in a circle, and it's encroaching on the nail bed equally from every direction. But you can't even see it now. You look at that and you think that's a nail. You can't see underneath that. Your imagination is not good enough. When that nail is gone, you're going to be able to see all that dead skin. Because I couldn't see all that dead skin when my nails were half again as wide and half an inch or more longer. All of that dead flubber was sitting under a nail that looked like a regular nail. It looked beautiful, and I couldn't see that red collar of dead skin around my fingernail on top because the whole rest of my finger was puffed up. And it wasn't standing out in relief, and there was so much of that white junk that you can see underneath the skin that it all looked white. So it didn't even look red, except maybe right around the nail. You need to start looking. You need to start paying attention to what you actually got. These nails are completely bogus, and they are going to all have to go away. Every bit of them. And all that junk underneath is going to have to go away, all the way back down to the nail bed. And if it were all gone tomorrow, then you would see that the nail bed is being encroached on all the way around by I have still on my fingers, massive amounts of dead cuticle skin built up, ring after ring after ring, around each and every one of these fingers. That little fingernail is still sticking out 3/8 of an inch over dead skin in front. But the dead skin is not all built up on the front of my finger. It's actually over the nail bed. Look at that. All that, you can see that stuff kind of. I can't see in the sun out here. Hopefully you'll be able to see it on the video. Look at that. You see that white lumps under there? That's dead cell material. And now that it's moving around and moving off, you can see that you can start to see the swollen, dead cuticle skin that build up around the nails. Before the whole nail was, the whole finger was just so puffed up that it was uniform. And it's not only there. Let's see if I can get that shadow in relief. See that? See there? Right there, between the knuckle and that dip. This finger was much fatter 3-4 weeks ago. A month or two ago, the whole front of my finger was much fatter, and it emptied out right there where it's starting to, it's all deflated now. But there was just all of a sudden a big pocket emptied out, all by itself. The rest of the whole finger was still swollen up. And it just all from right there. There was just a divot there. It had just emptied out. And all of a sudden I could start to see it. The same thing's true under there. It's much more broken up now. But you can, in certain light, you can see the little white specks. Little tiny pockets of this white material underneath the skin. Probably can't see it in this light. I won't be able to see it till I look at the video inside, whether or not you can see it. But this is not spotty like it was. It's this stuff. A couple of days ago, I took a picture of the palm of my hand, and it was all tiny little flecks of white underneath the palm of my hand. They're all gone. They're all down here now, and they're not little. They're all massed together because they're going down and filling up the space where the other cell material has been moving out. It's starting to move out and off, but it changes every day. And you see that swelling. See, all of that is dead cuticle skin. Every bit of it. Come on now, focus. And all of that's going to go away, and all of that dead cell material underneath my skin is going to have to go away. And every bit of these bogus nails. And it's going to look worse and worse and worse. This is the worst my nails have looked in a long time. And they still have remnants of top nail on it that are keeping it from looking as bad as it will. It's all going to look like that finger right there. All that crud. See, that's a top nail. That's part of a top nail right there. Boop. Come on now. Right here. Let's see if I can. See what we get there. You see right there? All of that stuff's flaking off. And that on the left-hand side there, that's a whole big piece of top nail that goes down underneath the skin. And underneath it is just a bunch of scrum on top of the nail bed. So as all of this delaminates, and when all of that's when that stuff that still kind of looks like nail is gone, and you see, then there's nothing left there but trash, you're going to see that circle. And you're going to realize that all of that is dead skin, and it's all built up over the nail bed. And I'm not going to have nails that look like nails are supposed to until not only is all of that nail have to go away, and all of the scrum underneath it have to go away, but all of that dead skin on the front of my finger, not just on the front, it's the same all the way around. If you've got that much buildup on the back, you've got that much buildup on the sides, and you've got that same amount of buildup on the front. It's a uniform all the way around because the cuticles are all one piece. They go all the way around, and they've just built up ring after ring after ring after ring after ring, and they push out and out and out, up and up and up and out and out and out. And each successive layer of cover nail that comes out to try to cover the damage is bigger. It's bigger, it stretches the cuticle more, it stretches out to the side, you lose the shape of the nail, it becomes paddle shaped. My nails are not supposed to be round, and even though all of this material is now shedding off, they still look round. And that's because the cuticle is just like a drawstring. And it's circling and circling and circling and entombing the nail bed. And it would go down and down and down and just draw right down until there was nothing left. Until the nail bed completely disappeared in dead cuticle skin, if I let it. You have to reverse the process, and you have to get absolutely every bit of it off, all that old dead cuticle skin. You can see the layers of it peeling back there. It's all dead skin, guys. It's all got to go away, every bit of it. And to the extent that these still look elongated instead of round, that's just the optical illusion that comes from having this nail still on the front that hasn't scaled off. When all of that nail is gone, you'll see that this is just like the cuticle is just like a drawstring bag that's being pulled down tighter and tighter and tighter and covering more and more and more of the nail bed. Your nail bed is actually supposed to be long and straight on the sides, like a section of a cylinder. It's not round. That's a whole, almost intact top nail. So you don't even see the trash under there. When that goes away, this was made to deceive you almost. The body is trying to not repair the damage it can't. It's just covering it up. So you got stacks and stacks and stacks of these cover nails that have built up and up and up and up. They've not only built up, they've grown larger, each one, like successive layers of a turtle shell. And put another turtle shell over it, and another turtle shell over it, and everyone has to be a little bit larger to cover the one underneath. And so as those nails come off, the dimension of your nail will go down and down and down and down. But when you get down there underneath all of it, it's just a bunch of trash. And it's all sitting in the middle of the nail bed, and it's all being choked off by these layers and layers and layers of cuticle skin that are built up and absolutely round, circular. You'll see it when all these nails are gone. It's going to look bad because I'm not going to have any fingernails at all. I'm just going to have some corrugated looking trash sitting there. The nail bed still won't be. I mean, if the nail bed were exposed, it would be raw and it would be painful. So I'm probably going to keep having some all of this crud. Look at this. Look at that on that. Let's see. Look at that. See that? That nail is going to come off. That's just all trash, and it's built up very high. And here you can start to see it. If that nail were gone, this would all look like, it would just look like just a big circle of callus, and that's what it is. It's all dead skin. The whole tip of my finger is all dead skin. And then when that nail pops off, you'll be able to see that the nail is just sitting there on top of a pile of trash. And when it flecks off, it'll be more evident that the dead skin is swallowing the nail bed. This is what you've got to get rid of if you ever want to have real fingernails. Don't be fooled by those big, beautiful nails you've got. The fact that they're way too big shows you how much damage you've got underneath. The bigger and more beautiful your nails are, probably the more problems you've got. Because it's been building up and building up and building up. Don't be fooled by it. You can see it all scaling off. Look at that. Just layer after layer after layer of dead skin. And if that nail were gone, it would just roll right up and over, and it would all look pretty much uniform like it does there on the side. All of that would just look like one big lump if it wasn't for that hard nail, that little crushed nail sitting on top. You're gonna wake up. See what you've got. See that dent? It's like a swage. That bevel all the way around, from the nail all the way up to the top, it's all dead skin. Every bit of it. And all of this white stuff underneath my skin back here, that's all just trash. It's a dead cell material that has been bottled up there for years and years and years. And it's just waiting for a chance to get out. See, nail maintenance is something you've got to do every single day. And every day you don't do it is a day's worth of trash that gets bottled up inside and is getting backlogged. And at some point you've got to take the clog out of the drain and just let it all drain out. We still don't know how that's going to work. I'm coming to the end of my journey here. I don't know where you are in yours. But what you're looking at here is I am actually curing psoriasis of the nail. This is how you do it. You unclog the drain and let all this trash get off your body. Out from under your skin, all the dead nails gone. All the scrum underneath it gone. Come here! Oh! The neighbors have found my dogs have found a neighbor who wants to give them love. So, but all of that has to go away, and all of that dead skin, you don't even see it because it's hiding under your nails, including the skin. You know, I mean, the nails are big, and that dead skin is impacted all around it. And the dead cell material under your skin is puffed up your finger, and somehow it all looks normal to you. All of it has to go away. All of that rings, there's still, once all of that nail and all of that stuff underneath it is gone, I'm still going to have a huge buildup of dead cuticle material, rings and rings and rings and rings and rings of it, 3/8 of an inch of it. It all has to go away because hiding under there somewhere, from 3/8 inches back from where you can see, 3/8 inches back from the tip of my finger is all that you're seeing of my my nail bed. The whole nail bed needs to be out, exposed, and have one layer of nail on it, not all this accumulation of crud. Good luck to you.